Good morning, my little YouTubers. What's the most important thing going on for you today? Huh? For me? Da, 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 da. I got my coffee. So it's Saturday, August 15th, and I got back into town from California last night, and it's rainy here this morning. And I wasn't planning on going yard selling, and I'm still not, but sometimes those things change. But at this point in time, I'm not going. But I just wanted to point out something here. Because it's raining, most people will stay at home. They don't want to get out in it. Sometimes yard sales get canceled. But when you're sourcing or as a reseller, this is prime time to go. Just for those reasons. A lot of people will decide, oh, I'm not going to get up and go do anything. I don't want to get out in this nasty weather. Lo and behold, you have more opportunity. So I hate that I'm not going to be going today. But coming back after 2 weeks, too much going on, getting life back in order. Things like that. So we'll see what happens. But a couple things for you today. While I was gone, I've had an order in with USPS to get free packaging, and I had only gotten a little bit before I left. But while I was gone for 2 weeks, a lot came in. Got all these different boxes, bubble mailers, the kind of triangle boxes here and here to ship long items. So super stoked about that. And also I'll talk with you in a minute about printing, because I've been had myself backed into a corner with printing shipping labels. But since all of that stuff is in, and I've still got a lot of listing to do, there's obviously the stuff I bought while I was out in California, and this high-end catcher's mitt, all of these Mario, Nintendo figures, these Star Wars lightsabers, and then my death pile of VCRs and whatnot. Other things I picked up at yard sales before I left. So all of that still needs to be done. And I'm the kind of person, like, I want to take advantage of the sourcing opportunities, but I start getting stressed out if I get too far behind. So maybe today I'll be able to get further caught up on getting those things listing. Plus, my eBay store, I had to put it in vacation mode while I was out in California for 2 weeks, so people knew that if they looked to buy something, they would get a pop-up saying, I'm not back and available to ship until today. I think I did it for yesterday, and anyway, so I did sell one item while I was gone, and the guy and I went back and forth on it several times. But it's a Bose home stereo speaker. There's a pair, a left and a right, and I sold one or the other. I'd have to look at the auction to see. But it changed to a buy it now, because eBay, after something's been listed for a while, will automatically, not a buy it now, it was a buy it now, but eBay will automatically change things to accept offers after it's been on, after the listing's been out there for a while. And I don't know the specifics on that. I'd have to look into it to let you know. But that's one of the things is in their settings, and I don't think you can change this, but in their settings, if you do not sell a buy it now item over a certain amount of time, boom, it switches to accepting offers. Well, anyway, that's fine with me. I don't care. I can always turn down an offer. Not a big deal. So I did receive an offer on this Bose speaker, and the guy and I went back and forth on it, I think 3 times before we finally came to an agreement. But that was something that I received for free in an earlier video. One of my coworkers, his father was downsizing and gave me a ton of electronics, high-end stuff. Now it was, you know, not new cutting-edge electronics, but these Bose speakers were part of that. So, you know, anything I make on that is just money in the bank. So, you know, I kind of put the buy it now price, I think it was $28.99, and we ended up settling on it for about $23 plus shipping. So again, you know, there's after eBay fees and whatnot, there's about $20 profit, and I'll show you that here in a little while. But I've also, going back to the printing side of things, having myself backed in a corner, I don't have a home printer historically because I've been in IT for a long time, and I've found that when I buy a printer, affordable inkjet type printers, I wouldn't use them enough until the ink would get dried up or caked up in the printer, and it would make the printer pretty much, you know, unusable, not worth trying to repair. Or if you were to continue to buy these cartridges, they would, you know, the cost of that was like, you know, tons of money, $50, $60, $80, $120, depending on what kind of printer you had. And then if you're only going to print out, you know, 5 pages over a 3-month time, what's the value in that? What's the point of that? So I stopped buying printers long ago. Well, the cost on LaserJet printers has come down dramatically. LaserJet printers use a toner cartridge. They don't clog, they don't get dried up or mucky, you know, and so they can sit for a while without having any issues. So I've been pricing them recently, and I found one on Facebook Marketplace. It's a Brother, the manufacturer's Brother, and I also researched toner cartridge replacements, because that's key. Yeah, you can buy a printer for $25, but if it's going to cost you $150 to replace cartridges, do you really want to do that? And for me, the answer was always no, and still is. And I haven't switched yet to using an actual label printer. I'm not there yet. That's down the road, assuming I stay in this resale realm, and I'll be printing out more and more over time. But right now I'm finding the happy medium, because I don't want to invest a couple $100 in label printers and labels. I'm still going to stick to the old way, where I can find a cheaper solution to print it out on a piece of paper, tape it to a box. Now there's time involved with that, and there's costs involved with that. But for me right now, I've got to weigh out, you know, cost versus time and investment, you know, all of that. And so a LaserJet is looking like a good option. Now back to the Marketplace. I found Marketplace ads. I found a Brother printer that came with an ink cartridge, a toner cartridge, a LaserJet, and the replacement cartridges are anywhere from like $18 to $25, and you get quite a bit of life out of that. Again, they don't go stale, they don't get mucky. So that's the one I'm looking at. Now the lady is asking $55, and I found it while I was out in California. So I told her, I said I'll contact you when I get back. So I messaged her this morning, and I asked her if it was still available. And a little while later, she got back to me and she said, yes, it's still available, but there's someone else looking at it. Do I want it? Now, this is where it gets tricky, okay? I'm not planning on paying $55 for this. Even though it's worth it, I'm gambling on this. Why? Because I like to negotiate. I don't want to pay full price for this. So, I messaged her back, and I told her that I would offer her $40, and I'll settle at $45 or $50 if she wanted to play. but we'll see how that goes. So I offered her $40, and she says that she did have someone, no, she said she did have someone else interested and wanted to know if I wanted it, and I offered her $40. But I also said, you know, if you have the opportunity to sell it to this other person who's interested at full price, obviously, you know, take that, do that. And while I've been recording this segment of the video, I got a response. So let me check that. Well, I think it's her response. Let me check that. I'll be right back. I'll tell you what happened. Well, bummer. Not that she declined my offer. That the alert I heard on my phone was from an alert from a different application, a different chat program that I use for various things. So no update yet. We'll see what she says. If she says, I can look in Messenger, you may know, but when you send someone a message, it has a little circle icon beside of it, and it will show you it's grayed out, but after they read it, it will illuminate. Well, she has not read the message yet of my offer and things, so we'll see. We'll see what she says. And I think that's all I've got for you right now. I'm going to start doing a little organization on this side and getting that Bose speaker boxed up. So I'll show you that here shortly. Sometimes I forget to do this, and I'm sorry. But my name is Kevin, and thank you for watching the Kevin and Anna Show. So here's the Bose speaker that sold. It sold for $22.49. Again, after several negotiations back and forth. But was free to me. So 20 bucks. Good morning, my little YouTubers. Sunday, August 16th. I'm Kevin with the Kevin and Anna Show. So yesterday, just a couple minutes ago for you guys, as I was filming and doing things, my day just kind of went upside down. I ended up getting a call from a guy I know who was in a pinch and needed some IT help, and that kind of derailed me for a few hours. And also had a friend of mine returning some power equipment that he had borrowed, some sanders. And we got to hang out for a little while. Always good to see him. But I've gotten delayed on some things. I was able to pick up a printer. It's a Brother LaserJet. It's, you know, the kind of multifunction device printing where you have a scanner and a copier and a fax machine and all of that. All of those things, well, except the fax, all of those things may come in handy at some point in time, so they're nice to have, but weren't needed for my initial you know, goal of printing labels. But again, you know, hey, it's nice to have them, and could very easily be used, especially with our oldest McKinley, especially with her doing homeschool. Never know what's gonna ask to be emailed or scanned or something that's handwritten. They're covering most of that virtually and online and digitally, but we'll see. So I don't even remember if I told you guys yesterday, but my big scale went poo-poo, and I don't know what's up with it. I thought I left it, it's got an internal battery, and I thought I left it charging all night, but obviously I did not. So I'm going to plug that back in and let it charge today and see if anything happens with it. But going back to the printer, the only negative side to the printer is, you know, it's an older model and it does not have Wi-Fi. Sorry, I had to put the camera in my mouth so I could use both hands. But anyway, yeah, the printer doesn't have Wi-Fi, and not a big deal. Hear that beep? Not happy. The printer doesn't have Wi-Fi, so not a big deal. I connected it directly to my work desk here at the house via USB, and that serves the purpose just fine. If there comes a need where I need to share the printer out, there's multiple ways to do that without connecting it on the network, or I could run a cable back to our router to do that. So we'll see what happens. At this point, it's absolutely fine, and it's going to stay the way it is. Something interesting, you know, I've been selling or listing all of these Fortnite wireless Bluetooth speakers, and lo and behold, yesterday as I was going through the table of things needing to be listed, and I started going through the bags of these Super Mario characters, I realized that I missed 2 bags of these, and fortunately everything in there, minus these guys, the Black Knight, everything in there is already listed, so I just had to pull the stickers off of them and update the quantity, and then I independently listed the orange box there, so that was another auction. But I was thinking those bags, for whatever reason, I just didn't go through them well enough, but I was thinking those bags were these little guys here. So this was kind of my last task last night after I got settled, as I just went through and started pulling stickers. So I got all these guys stickered up, unstickered up, stickerless, lace, no stickers. Anyway, so yeah, now it's time to comp and list these. And again, my goal is trying to get through all of this, and then obviously I need to deal with my boxes and maybe straighten up the garage, hopefully. We'll see how much time we have today, how well we can get through things, and if we have any interruptions or other things that need to be taken care of. So that's it for now. I'll update you more on these Mario figures as I comp them and list them. Before I start working on other stuff, I was just going to show you the printer. So that's it. It's a Brother MFC 8480DN. And I checked the, you know, they're pretty fancy. If you go into this console and look around, you can see how much life is left on this, that, or the other. And the rollers, the drums, and the laser cartridge, toner cartridge, all have more than 80% left. So thumbs up that that'll continue to work for us and be a great workaround while we look at and think about and decide an actual label printer. But it'll save me time as is. So for 35 bucks, it was well worth it. Okay, so gotten all the Super Mario characters comped and listed. Comps aren't the greatest. You know, they were on sale. They were actually only $5 brand new, and they were on clearance for $3. But for whatever reason, when I was looking at the tag, you know, it's got printing on it, and then it has the actual price on it as well, and it was kind of overlaying in places, and the $sign before the 3, my mind told me that was a 1. So no, a $sign before the 5. The original price I thought was $15, so I thought, man, these are great deals. But then comps on them, you know, we're looking at around $10. So either way, I thought that was good. And as I did more investigation on the comps just now before I listed them, they're not doing so well. Some selling for like $5 with free shipping, some selling for $10 with free shipping. So I just kind of stuck mine right in the middle, put them all at $7.99 plus first class shipping, which, you know, is $3.80 to $4.20 on the pricing. But there they are. I'm glad to have them listed. They'll probably be long tail slow sells, but that's alright. You know, wasn't the best investment, but they're listed. That's the main thing. You know, for each one I sell, after all the fees and everything, I'll probably net maybe $2.50 or $3 on them. But you know, if you multiply that out, even if it's long tail, if you multiply that out over the numbers I have, the quantity I have, which is probably, I forgot now, but which is probably around 40 of them, you know. So let's say on the good end, $3 net profit on each. So, you know, you're looking at $120 for those. There was a good amount of work that went into them, pulling all those stickers and, you know, listing about 7 different auctions. So, you know, not quick turnaround, not quick profit, but it's good to have them. I feel it's good to have them in my store, and I love the auctions where we go with multiple quantities on each. Actually, the listings, because they're not auctions, they're buy it now. But yeah, gonna keep going here, find some more stuff, or pick some more stuff that I'm gonna list, and I'll show you what's next. How much battery have I got? Okay, it's doing alright. So the next item I listed were these stretch bands, Gold's Gym. They had a Marshall's price tag on them for like $6. But you know, I checked the comps on them, typically $10. And so what I did was I had these other 2 DVDs. This one, exercise DVDs, is designed for the stretch bands, and then I just threw in this yoga. I think it's for elderly people or aging people, for lack of a better term. But anyway, I listed those for $12.49, and because I listed them in the category suggested for this exercise equipment, when I went to put in the shipping, which should be media mail because it is going with these 2 DVDs, the media mail option wasn't there. So I just chose flat rate shipping for $3.99, which should cover media mail for this size package anywhere in the United States, or to the global shipping program if someone were to order it internationally. But yeah, got that one listed. Next, we'll start on these books. I forgot to tell you on the last little listing that I put for the bands and DVDs, the workout bands, I paid $1 for those at a yard sale, and the DVDs came out of free piles. So, score! So the next things I listed were these children's books, I guess adolescents books, the Babysitter's Club. And I picked these up at a yard sale. They were asking 25 cents a book, and they gave me all 5 for $1. And these comp really well. If they were in good condition, I could probably get $30 to $40 out of them. They are copyrighted in the late 80s to mid 90s. But as you can see here, like that pink one there, it's got like a, it doesn't come off. It's almost like a, I don't know, some kind of just stains on the book. But everything's legible inside. You know, the print is very clear. Pages are yellowing, of course. But I took a lot of pictures showing the condition, and you know, explained that they were in rough condition. You can see there's that pink one. It's in the worst condition, but see how it's got all this junk around it. Nonetheless, you know, I paid $1 for them. They shipping medium L, $3.33. So I put them as a buy it now for $14.99. So hopefully we'll get somebody to pounce on that, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'll clear maybe 12 bucks out of it. So we'll see. So also, I had a sale last night. A fella had found one of the NASCAR cars that I got in a bulk buy, and I paid $95. No, I paid $100 for about 8 of these cars, and several of them were autographed. This is Casey Kane, and I had it listed for $44.99, and the guy and I settled on a price last night for around $45. So I can't remember, 45 plus shipping, but that was a great buy, a great sourcing opportunity, and that was one where I used online searching, requesting, in search of type buying, type sourcing, and I got a lot of hits on that. I'm going to do that again pretty soon after I get kind of settled and caught up here, but I got a ton of hits on various things. This is the only one, this lot was the only one that went through. There were a few on the edge that never came to fruition, but whatever, no worries there. But I'm about to get this guy packed up for shipping and get it out of here. I'd say, I haven't documented it, but I'd say on that $100 investment, I've probably netted $200 profit thus far, and I've still got a couple auctions out there that should net another $40 when they sell. The other thing I wanted to show you from yesterday was buying some tape and bubble wrap, and I had a gift card in my wallet for Home Depot, and I don't really need anything at this moment. I've got all the tools and everything. I mean, you know, I'm a typical guy that loves tools and buying stuff, but I didn't really have a need, or for what I could foresee an upcoming need of buying that. So I thought, I'm out of bubble wrap. Let me go by there. I know it's expensive and you can get it so much cheaper online, but let me go by there and see what I can get with this $25 gift card. $25 gift card. So I went by there and I went back to the packing areas, and I was blown away. I was like, that's 100 feet of bubble wrap, and it's almost $18. I was like, goodness gracious, that's expensive. And then those 2 rolls of tape, I think, were $7 or $8. So I was like, okay, I'll throw a couple bucks in. No worries. Again, it's just, you know, it's shipping material for me that I can use, and why not, you know, rather than buy a tool that I may or may not need. I see a smudge on the camera, hang on. Here we go, crystal clean now, crystal clear. I went ahead and decided to get those 2 items, got up to the counter to check out, and it was whatever, 27, 28 bucks, and pulled the gift card out and looked at it, and I was like, oh crap, this is only $15. I'm already at the checkout. I'm just going to pay for it and get rid of it, or, you know, get it spent. So no big deal. But the big thing on the bubble wrap is I used to work at a company, a manufacturing plant. I did the IT support for them, and they have bubble wrap, big industrial lines, you know, manufacturing runs and lines that produce tons of this stuff. And, you know, it was always, I could get scrap for free. Well, they are about an hour and a half away in a town called Granite Falls. It's near Hickory, North Carolina. So I've still got connections there, and I may be able to swing by and pick up, you know, a ton of bubble wrap for free, because they have, you know, waste, or you know, the specifications are off just a little bit, kind of like a a defect, if you will, but it works perfectly fine for what my needs would be. So and another, but that, that's an hour and a half away. But a good point on that is what's okay about that is that's where Anna's family lives, and so I really need to schedule a visit so we can go down there and I can get in touch with those guys ahead of time to see if there's anything they can do for me. I'm happy to pay for it. It would still be pennies on the dollars compared to what you pay even online when you're looking at Amazon. A lot of resellers out there have links in their under their videos where they have they get a percentage or a piece of off, or they get a better deal if you use their links. Words are escaping me, but even those compared to what I could possibly get it for are still expensive. So yeah, I need to get in touch with those guys. Well, that's cool. I just got this Casey Kane, that car I just showed you. I got it packed up, boxed up, and shipped. And because I didn't feel like scaling down the size on it, I think I ended up eating about $1 on the shipping cost. But it is what it is. I'll figure that part out down the road, get better at it, or get less lazy about the shipping. But what's cool I was telling you about, I just listed these. Well, when I went inside to print off that label on our new printer, I looked at my phone and boom, these sold. Boom, 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 boom. Again, $14.99, Sometimes you'll question, did I list that too cheaply? Sorry, I had to put the camera in my mouth again. So, did I list those, too cheaply? But at the end of the day, I paid $1. Somebody else is getting them for $15. Apparently that's a great deal. And, I'm happy. Yeah, I'd love to have another whatever dollars I could get. But to move something in a matter of 5 minutes, that's fantabulous. So hoorah! What else is cool is salvaging those boxes from work. Looks like, we're about to see, but it looks like it's giving me the perfect size box to ship those in. Sweet. So there you go. I lost $1 shipping those, but these are going medium mail, but I saved several pennies by having a box that I got for free. So got one more. Boom! So these are the next two items. I'm going to list it as a lot because these are audio cassettes of the books, obviously The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Cassette tapes have been opened. I've just inspected them. Everything is in pristine condition. And these will ship medium mail. This only sells for about $5. This one used sells for around 18 to 22. So I'm going to try to move it fairly quickly, and I'm going to list it as a lot and buy it now at $19.99. So I'll get that going, get some pictures, get it listed, and then we'll move on to the next items. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I paid $5 for both of those at a yard sale. So if I can get rid of them for $20, I'll make about $12, $13 on the lot. And here are the next items listed. We've got Star Wars lightsabers picked up on clearance at Walmart. I've got 5 of them. You see the priority mail triangular box there in the background. I wanted to box one up and find out what shipping was going to be on that so I could make sure and list them properly. Anyway, all of them listed. $12.49 is my buy it now price. And I threw in a couple options, ground or, oh, I can't do ground. I got them in a priority box. Whoops, I gotta change that and make it priority mail only. But anyway, there you go. So if these sell at $12.49 minus $5, I'll make about $5 a piece off of them. So, you know, 25 bucks total on all the listings. Well, surprise, surprise, just had another sale. This thing's been listed for a month or two, maybe. It's been listed for a little while, but it's an Xbox One Afterglow Level 1 gaming headset. Plugs into the controller, and I had it listed for $9.99. Just sold it, and shipping on it's about $6. They're paying that, you know, so boom! It was really cool to get that sale in the midst of the day. I told Anna, I said, maybe I should be out here working more often, because since I've been out today, we've had 2 sales, and then, yeah, I had one last night that I worked out a deal on. But anyway, this is what's next. This was in a video or two back, a bolo I mentioned. Now this is just a youth catcher's mitt. So at the yard sale, I asked the lady what she wanted for it, and she said, give me $2, or I'll take $2. And I said, give it to me for $1. And she said, okay. So I got it for $1. All right, again, youth size, but this is the key right here. Nakona. I mean, I've been around sports, by no means an expert, but I've been around sports, played baseball as a kid, yada yada. I'd never heard of that. But for whatever reason, that glove, that brand is high dollar. Now this one does have some cracks in there where the palm's at, and some, you know, wear and tear right here around where you insert your hand. But other than that, the stringing on it is excellent, and I'm not sure the age on it either. But I'm going to do some comps on it, and we'll do a little before and after here. Here's what it looks like now. And I'm going to take some leather cleaner and wipe it up and wipe it down and put some leather cleaning on it to really make it pop. Because some of the comps I saw on similar type gloves were upwards of $160. Now, if I have to list this at $49.99, you know, to sell it, I don't mind. Because again, I only paid $1 for it. But you know, just being hopeful and positive, maybe I've got a $180 glove, maybe I've got a $200 glove. I'll let you know. Alright, this is kind of like a mid-after. I took a washcloth, an old rag, and some very mild cleaner, and just got all the gunk off of it, all the dust and debris getting down in the crevices and such. There's a lot of, you know, stuff backed up in there. And I did find, unfortunately, it's not going to be huge, but I did find here a small tear in the leather. It will not affect the use of this glove. May affect the selling price a wee bit, but you know, of course I'll disclose it and we'll see. That has not been conditioned with a leather conditioner yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. First, I'm going to see if I can find exact comps on it and let the price guide me. If I've got a $180 glove, then we'll condition it. If I've got a $50 catcher's mitt, yeah, I don't think I'll worry with it, just sell it as is. But anyway, a CM45, the Bulldog by Nakona. Alright, cool. Catcher's mitt. Comps were a little shady here and there. But I decided to not give it a thorough leather cleaning and list it for $99.99. Buy it now. Let's see what happens. Next is this Spider jacket. It's a really cool material, but it's a men's jacket, size extra large, so that's cool. And it retails for $149. but I picked it up at the shop for $33.97. So comps on it are there's only two, and one recently sold for $69. So that's what I'll list this one at. I'll throw it out there for $69.99, and we'll see what we get. Well, I got ahead of myself, but it's not a bad thing. It's always good to get stuff listed. What I just listed was an Izod flannel long sleeve 2X shirt, button down shirt. And if you can see that, it MSRP's for $60, and I bought it for $22.97. And I've already got it bagged up here, nice and pretty. But there's, well, that's the back of it, but let me get back. Where are we at? There's what it looks like. Beautiful yellow and blue colors. Not really yellow, it's more of a burnt yellow maybe, but a beautiful beautiful shirt. I kind of like, I want to keep it, but I need to sell it. Anyway, I'm going to list it. I haven't done comps on it yet, but I'm going to list it for probably $44.99 and get it sold. Alright, so next is this dry fit Nike Air running shirt. I just really like that design. So it retails for $40, and the store was selling it for, I think, $30, and sticker had it marked down, you can't see, I'm sure, $23.97, but that was one of those few items that was actually cheaper. So I paid around, I don't remember exactly, around $14 for it. So anyway, I'm gonna list it for 25 bucks, buy it now, and hopefully it sells. Alright, so these are some Jordan pants that I picked up on clearance. Suggested retail on them is $75, and there's only one comp for one sold. There's nothing currently listed, and it sold for $69. And the store had them at $44.97, but these were also less. I think, if I remember correctly, they were about $22. But I just found this as I was really looking at them. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a sticky spot right there of something, and so, you know, that's a bummer. But I tried to scratch at it a little bit, but it's like a little gooey spot, and you can see the wet spot around it where I took a little damp bit of fluid and just tried to wipe it, but it's like, I think I'm going to do more damage smearing it around or whatever than it's worth. So anyway, bummed about that part, but I'm going to get it listed. Still debating on the price, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with that blemish on there. I'm going to go for like $49.99 and get them listed. Yeah, that's what I'll do, $49.99. So hang tight. We'll move along after this one. So next, I've got 3 of these Air Jordan t-shirts. They suggested retail is $35 on those, and they were tagged at $19.97, but a price check on them had them at, I think, $12.97. And so yeah, I've got 3 of those, all size extra large, so that's easy peasy, just a quantity auction, and I'm going to list them at $24.99 plus shipping. I'll show you what's up after this. So I just got this one listed. Comical stuff on this. Married with Children, if any of you remember that sitcom from back in the 80s and 90s. It was retailed at $11.99. It was on sale for about $5.50, and I listed it lower than the trending price. Buy it now on eBay. The trending price was like $12.99, and I listed it for $10.49 plus shipping, first class shipping on that one. So that's the next one. So here's the next one, another Jordan tee. It's got some crazy graphics on it. Colors I would not expect to see on a Jordan t-shirt, but who am I, old school, not up to speed with what people like. Or maybe that's why it was on clearance, because nobody liked it. Clearance tag was cut off, but it was, I'm guessing it was also, well, there's your suggested retail, 35 bucks. And it was also on clearance like the other Jordan t-shirts for about $12 or $13. Again, I'll list it for $24.99, and we'll get that one on. Well, I don't think I have many people like consecutively watching videos. I've only got, I think, 9 subscribers right now. No worries to that, but anyway, in a previous video I was out here in some really cheap flip-flops, and I bought these while I was in Coronado, California here recently, and so I thought I'd give those a shot today. And see how they do. You know, my lower back muscles just start hurting when standing on this concrete so much. I don't know if it's, you know, just the flops or the concrete or the amount of time I've spent out here today, which has been considerable. I think I came out here at like 10 a.m. and it is now 6:40. And of course I'm not sitting all the time. There's my trusty chair that I've been working from when I had an opportunity to sit down, but nonetheless, these still don't feel these did as well as my as my tennis shoes, my running shoes that are worn out, that I also did long walks in San Diego and Coronado, and got tons of blisters because I overdid it. But nonetheless, we'll move on. So here's my next item. These are PGA Tour golf pants. I got a couple large sizes on these, and they suggested retail or MSRP $75. The store was had them originally at $34.99, and they were marked down to $16.99. So I'm a little unsure. I haven't comped these yet, but when I did comp them, there wasn't a lot out there. So I'm thinking that you know, if I can still get that 35 bucks out of them, I'll be good. But I'll check comps and I'll let you know here as soon as I list them what happens. I've got time to wrap this up real quick. Total of 19 auctions listed today. Boom! 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 So super excited about that. We'll see what sells. We'll see what doesn't sell. Got a lot in the store now. A lot more in the store either way. So, hoorah! Thanks so much for watching. I'm exhausted. Back's hurting. But I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more. Have a good one. All that good stuff. Y'all take care.